Welcome back, Trash and Talk. This week, me and Kurt have a friend of ours, Eric Kuscera, Army veteran, sanitation worker, and now he's just a construction man. If you need him, call him up.
Original Nasty Nine member.
Good old Nasty Nine.
You know it.
Great friend of ours. Check it out, Eric Kuscera. Let's talk trash.
Peace.
We got the trash. We got the trash. We got the trash. Yeah, we got the trash. We got the trash. We got the trash. Our trash is a treasure. We got the trash. We got the trash. We got the trash. The Raccoon Kings are your treasure. So listen to our trash. So we listen to our trash.
Welcome back, Trash and Talk. Today's guest, a friend of ours, Eric from Sanitation, a contractor and an Army veteran for the great United States of America. Welcome, Eric. Welcome.
Welcome, Eric.
Thank you.
How you been, buddy?
Good.
Looking good? All's good. Well, first off, I want to get, because I mentioned it, the hockey team won today.
Yeah?
God bless the USA.
Yeah, God bless USA.
Crazy enough, I was watching the game, and it's odd to me because it seems like the hockey in the winter, like in the winter sport Olympics, is all that fucking matters. When it comes down to it, I don't know who won the ice skating thing. I don't know who jumped the highest in whatever in the half pipe, but you're gonna know and hear about USA winning this gold for years down.
Who won the golden curling? I mean, I don't know.
Fucking Canada, and they cheated.
Well, we all remember
cheaters.
1980, right? No
Well,
one
that's what I'm
forgets.
saying. So that it just hit me. It was like, this is the main attraction, right? The hockey part is the main attraction. And not just because it's against Canada, which is, of course, always the rivalry, because 90% of the guys in the NHL are from America or Canada.
Yep.
But it was just odd. I sat there and I'm like, wow, this is really weird, because this is the only thing of this Olympics that people will remember. That the USA, since 47 years, whatever it's been, has finally won the gold again.
And the women won also. So, you know, give props to the women
Give
hockey.
props to the women.
Yeah, give it up. Give it up. There you go, Wendy.
It's good stuff. It's good stuff. So, so how you been, E? How's things?
Good. Can't complain. You know, I've had some crazy 2025 year, you know. Been struggling with some things, but I'm a strong dude, and,
Good to hear.
you know,
Yeah.
I push.
Yeah, that's what you got to do. And we'll
you
get
are-
into that stuff.
You always like that. You were tough like that.
Yeah, and we'll get into that as we go along. But we're gonna just start off with the norm. Where were you born and raised?
Born and raised Staten Island. Grew up in Rosebank.
So you're a Rosebank kid.
Since I'm like 12.
Okay, where
I
were you?
actually from Great Kills.
Oh, okay.
Hey, it's what I'm talking about.
So I grew up on Fieldway Avenue when I was
Okay,
like
well,
10 years old.
That's technically Bates Harris, but we'll give you it. We'll give you it.
Well, that's how I knew the kids that you used to know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the same pretty much as the borderline.
So you moved to Rosebank, and you lived there pretty much for until probably just now, recently, right? You moved to Jersey.
I moved out of Rosebank.
When you moved to
probably-
Florida.
Yeah, I moved out of Rosebank like 15, 20 years
Oh, when
ago.
you moved to Florida, that's right. True. And what did you do before sanitation when you got on the job?
Swung a hammer.
So you've been in construction the whole time.
Yeah, since I'm like 15 years old. Yeah.
Yeah. Good stuff.
Now everybody was into it. Like your dad did construction.
No,
Your brother.
my-
I know your brother's involved in that too, right?
Well, yeah, he did concrete. My father, he's retired sanitation.
Yeah, no, I know. I remember that.
No, I just used to not go to school and go jump in this dude's truck and kill the day. And I used to get caught. You know, they always say, listen, Eric, you can't be in the truck. You know, here's $1, take the bus, insurance. I'm going to lose, you know, I'm going to get in trouble.
Yeah.
So I do it all the time. Get in the truck, and then he says, hey, listen, I'll buy you a sandwich if you could sweep the front of the store, you know. Before you knew it, I ran that business, you know.
Really?
Yeah.
What business was it? What?
It was
what's
just,
the name?
you remember Bill Ray Home Improvement?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember that.
I don't, but
I remember Bill Ray.
it's a typical Staten Island, right? Every other corner, there's a contractor. You know, this
Not back
construction-
then. Back then, it was very limited. There
Really?
was probably maybe 30 contractors on Staten Island back then.
Really?
That's it. Now there's 30,000.
Yeah, everybody's a contractor. on
Everybody's a contractor.
They don't know what the fuck they're doing, but they're all contractors. They got a nice flashy truck
Yeah.
with a big, sign on it, and
Yeah.
that's
I
what
should
they
get
do.
into contracting. Might be my thing. I got a nice flashy truck.
You probably fit in with some of them.
Yeah, well, use
Eric could back
glasses.
me up on that.
Oh, for sure.
Glasses
We've-
and the chain.
We've fixed plenty of work from guys like you,
You're not going to fix anything for me. I'm going to contracting it out to the other guys.
and that's where they get it. That's exactly what it is.
Listen, what year did you take the test to get on sanitation?
I took that test in the early 80s because that test was extended. That list was supposed to end, and then they held on to it for another 4 years. And I got called off at the second round.
He was the class. You were the class. You were the last test before our test,
Yeah.
right? You got hired in 99, 98?
No. 98.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Him, Latona, Suazo, they were all the tests right before us, right?
Yep.
I
I
remember
think
that.
I think my list number was 3,940, if I remember, off that list. Yeah.
From the '80s.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one I took. That's the one I took in high school,
Yeah.
and I was on that list forever. And then you guys all got hired. I forget how far away I was from getting hired, and then I just kind of gave up. And then our test came out after that, and I was like, that's the one I got hired off. I did pretty good on that. But
So what was the test like in the '80s?
It was simple. It was just common sense, you know. I mean, listen, I'm not an educated guy. I dropped out of high school very young. I joined the military when I was 17. You know.
And thank you for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, thank you for your service.
Yeah. It was a simple test. You know, back then, if you had a city job, it was gold, right? That's what everyone tried to do.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that was what everybody strived for.
Yeah.
That was the Staten Island way. Like
Staten
we
Island
try
way.
to say that a lot on this podcast, where if you were in a room with somebody, like with a group of people, probably half of them had city jobs.
Yeah.
Half of 15, half of 30. It's just the way it was on Staten Island because you were always around family members that were city workers.
Yeah, blue collar.
And they had, not that they had the greatest stuff, but they were raising a family. They owned a house. They just had, money.
Yeah.
And it was right in front of your face. So you
the way
always
out.
knew. Exactly.
100%.
From, of course, you're still banging nails, but still, there were those guys too that were grunt guys.
Yeah.
That then they walk into the party and you're like, God damn, hands are all messed up. They probably just came from a job. Like, so you saw the difference, and nothing against those guys because we both were them or are them, but it's just a different. You see it, you want to be in it, and that's why we all took these tests.
Yeah.
Where did you start? Where was your first garage?
Landfill.
That's right, a landfill.
Yeah.
Now, what were you in land? Like, what was your spot in the landfill?
So I was a plant 2 guy, so we moved the barges,
Okay.
and they were already in the process of closing that down.
Okay.
So I was plant 2, which was the first ones to get cut.
Okay.
And then we were all transferred to plant 1, which is just a matter of one side of the highway to the other.
Oh, all right.
You know, like there was barges on this side of the highway, the West Shore.
That was like with the netting and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Putting the nets on and all that.
Yeah, it was a great job. And, I was good at it too. I mean, people think it's, how hard is it to move a barge in the water? It's not that easy.
That was a pretty good deal you had too back then, right? It was like 4 hours on, 4 hours off kind of thing.
4 a.m., p.m. Yeah, 4 hours on, 4 hours off. So if you were the early guy, you stayed. The other
Yeah.
guys took off, vice versa.
How awesome is that?
And
It's
one
like
day a
flying
week,
stuff.
you were the go guy. So if you brought the donuts and the coffee, you were gone the whole day.
So that's how you
Different
met
world.
Gustavino,
Yes.
because he was a catcher or whatever. You
Yeah.
picked the shit out of the water.
And he looked after me over there too. So Gus was a good guy.
A lot of guys I think that we work with came from there, right? Dyka, Festa.
Yeah.
I know Lenny was in there, but was Lenny there when you were there, Stephanie?
He might have left as I came in.
Dude, the stories I heard about that place were legendary.
Yeah.
Legendary.
Yeah, and to get everybody up to speed, so what the city was doing was the one side of the highway was becoming this park that they're eventually going to open, right? Where it's kind of semi-open.
Yeah, it's like
but that was
partially
their
open.
goal of, and I hate to say that, to show people that they were trying to close this dump because they were trying to close it 10 months after they opened it.
Yeah, it was
When
very political.
Yes. So their thing was, well, no, we're going to close it. So what they needed to do was pretty much get all the shit out of that area, which was, that plant 2 was close that side. Now that whole side of the highway to the right towards the mall was really closed the way they saw it. Even though trucks were going through there and all that, there was nobody working on that location.
Right.
And that was their plan. Now we could shut everybody up. That part's closed. Of course, we always still used it, whether we were driving through it to get to 3 and when I was on the landfill. But they were just trying to close it, so they were pushing I'm not going to say pushing guys out, but there was no work there to be done anymore.
Right.
Because the city was taking it over.
Right. We were picking litter on Richmond Avenue at least twice a week.
Yeah.
When they were starting to shut that down.
That's got to be the word. To go from what you guys had to that. You know what I mean? But
real quick, what was it like working on the landfill? Like
I liked it. It was more, we didn't wear a uniform. You wore civilian clothes. That's what they told you. Right out of school, they were like, see your uniform you just bought? They were like, just leave it home. We don't use that here.
And now out of school, like that was a location that they sent a lot of guys, or was it just you knew somebody? Like, how did that work?
They say you need to know some. My father retired out of there too.
Yes.
But he didn't have anything to do with it. It was just luck. I just ended up there.
Okay.
No polls, no nothing. Just ended up
maybe
there.
somebody's seen the name and who knows?
Maybe.
Yeah, because I know a lot of guys that did work out there prior to it, like it actually being open while it was still open. And that's all I hear, that it was awesome. Like,
yeah,
it
they
was
were
just
like, who
fun.
do you know to get here?
Exactly.
I want to ask a question about that. Are the stories true? Guys would jump in the water just to get those couple of days off?
I don't know if that was true, but that was a thing. There were guys that did go in the water.
Yeah, and then you get like a bunch of days off, right? Like 4 days.
I think it's something like that, 2-3 days.
Yeah,
something.
I would have been like once a month I'm jumping in.
Not worth it. No.
Why would you get off and jump into the water?
Because it's contaminated.
Yeah.
They physically had guys with nets
Yeah.
to pick shit like garbage out of the water.
Right. Well, as you were pulling your shift, someone had to be out there with a net
Yeah.
during our shift. So you do like 15 minutes. The next guy, okay, you're up. You grab the net. You just got to stand there with the net. That's what they wanted to see from up on top of the hill looking down. The bosses.
Yeah. So you think that accounts for Kurt's 0.3% of spillage in the street?
It's a true thing. I don't know if people believe it. It carried on into the street.
It was his job security. Your spillage kept his job.
Yeah.
Got it.
Because honestly, I worked out there a little bit, and now it's been covered over. It's a different landfill.
Yeah.
I worked at Staten Island 1 out there where they put us out there to keep people political shit. Let's say, so it wasn't like it was where you see videos of when it was open, and the trucks rolling around with the spikes, the birds. I'm not afraid of them, but I don't know how the fuck you dealt with them.
You got shit on.
Seagulls.
You needed
all
a
the
hat.
time.
You had to have a hat.
So you were getting shit on all the time,
No doubt.
and you never hit the lotto.
Never hit the line.
So that's fucking out.
I remember my cousin telling me he had a car. He had 2 cars.
You had a dump car.
He had a dump car because it was that fucking bad. Every day your car got destroyed going in there.
That's true. You had to have a dump car.
So like
I
the
had one.
minute they pull that big net off, all fucking seagulls and birds just high
Yeah,
ball.
man.
Like
As soon as that
attacking.
crane hits that hill and just drops it
I
over
would
the
have
wall.
been like this. How many
they're
days
everywhere.
off for a bird shit in the mouth? Kurt down. Boom.
It's like snowflakes.
Well, all the bosses that you worked underneath inside that dump all ended up being big bosses in Manhattan, chiefs. Pretty much when we were at the 15-year, 12-year maybe on the job, all the big bosses on Department of Sanitation at one time or another came out of that dump.
You're right. And they were good guys.
Oh, the best.
They were very respectful people.
Those were the best guys. Ralphie
Good
Reed
guys.
came out of there.
Ralphie
all
Reed.
them guys came out of there.
Did a lot for me.
Yeah, they were all good guys. But that's where they came out of. It was shocking, like weird, right?
Yeah.
Well, they ran a big part of the operation
Probably
for the whole
biggest
city.
at the time.
Yeah.
When you think about it, like we were taking
Everybody.
80% of the garbage from the entire city. So there's definitely an operation that went smoothly. Staten Islanders wouldn't agree, but it was a big deal.
It was a big deal. A lot went on over there. People just don't know.
Now, you were always on that thing. You were always on the barges. That was your detail.
Yes.
Other than
or-
if you had to go litter pick.
Well, on Saturdays, sometimes they would send you out of town to an MTS.
Okay.
So I would volunteer for that because you get the 4 hours.
Yeah.
So, and you accumulate that.
Yeah, and just guiding trucks, backing trucks up and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
you just had to go and just back the trucks up and sweep the mess and truck it
Yeah.
over the wall.
Did we ever dump in the dump? Like in
The
the very
actual
beginning,
dump on
right?
Staten
In the
Island?
very beginning?
I did
No.
when I went to one at first.
Yeah, I don't remember dumping in there. I think
Short
when I
period of time.
No, because when we were in Manhattan, we were dumping in we were dumping on 59th Street.
No, we were dumping at MTS
Yeah,
stations.
59th Street.
59th. I was dumping on York, but then we started dumping in Jersey.
That
We were
was the worst.
physically never.
Front
I
Street.
never dumped
No,
on.
we dumped
the landfill.
Manhattan. We dumped far 15E, 16W,
15s, yeah.
Freelandhausen. Well, we dumped Freelandhausen in Staten Island too. That was a trip.
Yeah, that was a long trip.
So now being on the job, did you ever think of going higher, like a supervisor, taking a foreman's test, and
No, never.
you just enjoyed?
Yeah, I just did
The
my
guys
thing
and-
and
yeah.
disappeared.
That's how I felt. I like to just be my own boss, basically.
Yeah. No, it was hard. Like I never wanted to because I like the freedom, and I knew a lot of foremen, and they were miserable because now it's a different job. Like to us, and we always say it, like you go out with the truck, you and your partner, you get your job done, and that's it. They had to now chase 8, 10, 15 down the road, 15 trucks, I think they made it. Like that was just, I never wanted to do that.
Yeah, their numbers got pretty big.
Yeah, I had a couple of opportunities to get a spot. Like when I was in the landfill, I had an opportunity to grab like the clerk spot or something.
Okay.
Yeah.
I didn't want nothing. You know, I didn't want any
Because you
part of
hold
that.
down, it holds you into that, I hate to say it, it holds you into that 8-hour shift. And a lot of us, even there, you knew you work 4 hours and you wash up and you're done for the day.
Right.
Now, what you did with the rest of that 4 hours is on you, but you could just sit around for 4 hours. My stepfather worked out there. He was a tractor operator. And he said, Wayne, it was awesome. He's like, I was the cook. I was known as the cook.
Right.
And I just cooked every day.
Yeah, it was a great spot. I really enjoyed it. If I was able to stay there my full time, I would have stayed.
Yeah, I never heard anybody complain about being there.
Yeah.
So now when they forced you all out, what was that like? Now, did you have to try to go somewhere to put a transfer in, or did they place you places?
Yeah, so that was the whole thing. When the landfill was closed, they said, get your transfer in now because if you don't know where you're going to end up. So I did.
Imagine that.
I put in for 1, 2, and 3, whatever. I got 1, so I went to 1, and the first day I got on the garbage truck, and you just got thrown to the wolves. No one taught me how to dump a truck except for school.
Yeah, you didn't. Yeah,
You didn't know. So, and I think we were still dumping in the landfill. I remember the first time I dumped a truck, I was getting laughed at by the other Sandmen and the other trucks. It's the way it is. You got to learn.
yeah. I remember that
I
shit.
fucking hated it. I was like, what did I do? What did
And
I do?
real quick, go back. How many years were you on the landfill?
I was in the landfill,
I think all them guys like 2-3 years.
yeah,
right?
like 3 years.
So you had 3 years on the job. Now you get out to where you're going to be picking garbage up.
Yeah. And, I had to settle in because I've never been on, I got hired in sanitation. I never went on a garbage truck. I went right to the landfill. So that's probably bad right off the bat,
Yeah.
to learn the job. But once I got used to the job, I loved it. I love the guys, I like to work. Some people don't like to work hard. I like it,
Yeah.
just get it in the truck and go home.
Yeah. You hustled. You were hustled behind the truck.
Yeah.
did
We were
you-
partners for a bit.
Yeah, we had a lot of fun behind the truck. Two nut jobs.
You know the
behind truck.
spillage thing then.
No.
I wasn't messing.
I
around.
heard you
kept
say
a
that.
blind eye. He was a fucking mess.
No.
Eric, stop sticking up for him.
Eric, we had a lot of fun together.
Yeah.
So I want to give you 2 things. You were in the dump and you were behind the truck. Now I know guys found a lot of cool shit in the dump. So your whole time on the job, did you ever find anything that was really good? Anything really cool? And was it at the dump or was it behind the truck?
No. I've never found anything cool. And even if I did, I wouldn't want it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Unless it was like a gold bar or something. I don't want I don't want it. No.
But like crazy stuff, like anything like that you would just take him back. Like now you put back, now you're put in the street. You were at the landfill. You weren't in this. And now you get out there and you're like, what the fuck is this? Like nothing really hit you as a memory of like, I found a fucking leg or something stupid.
I found a leg.
No, I mean, the best thing, you were with me. I think you were my partner. We took a boat once.
Yes.
That was the greatest thing. I thought that was great.
Yes.
We took a whole boat in the truck. Yeah,
Yeah.
in Mariners Harbor.
Mariners Harbor.
Yeah. We backed the truck up to the bow of the boat and chomped it away piece by piece.
Yeah,
Took
I
the
remember
whole
that.
boat. I
Listen,
thought that was great.
I threw a motorcycle in the back of the truck. Like from like it was
I
somebody.
wouldn't doubt it.
No. They made us throw it. I didn't. Hey, I'm gonna throw this motorcycle. in. They would make you do whatever.
And the tire probably fell out, and you said that's spillage.
It is spillage. you can't make everybody happy on this show. I just remember working with you, I had one thing that was the funniest thing that ever happened to me on that truck. I don't know if it's funny, but 4 to 12, it was after a holiday. Me and you were together. We were working in Mariners Harbor by Andros. And there was two, I'm not going to mention their names. There was 2 other guys on a truck that was working the same area as us, but like on the other part of, like our route was here, their route was here. I forget who the supervisor was. They rolled up to me and you, and they were like, so-and-so are afraid to go down this dead end and do the block. Do you remember that?
I don't.
And you know how you are. You're mental.
Yeah.
So, and you know where we are.
Yeah.
It's not a great area. It was one of the dead ends over there.
Okay.
By like where that marine place was on Andros and all that stuff.
Yep.
Davidson, I think, is over there. So you're like, don't worry about it. To me. To the supervisor's like, we got it. So we roll up, the 2 guys, because one was last name was an S, began with an S. He came on with us. I didn't give his name
You
up.
just said you weren't going to tell.
I'm just saying his initials. And the other's guy's last name, I don't remember, but they were tight buddies. They both ended up becoming boss supervisors. One might have became a superintendent.
Oh, I already know.
Right? One might have passed out in a room in the
So
salon one
much for
time. But anyway, so they didn't want to do it. I guess they were scared.
Yeah.
It was night. There was like thugs, and they had drugs in the pail.
Right.
I don't, so you're like, just put me on the step, back down, the motherfucker. I'm like, what? You're like, yeah, I don't give a fuck. I think you might have had something in your bag.
Probably.
We'll just leave it at that. And I'm almost pretty positive you had something in your bag. You're like, don't worry about it. We got this. We back down. I'm looking now. I'm on the passenger side. You're on my side. It's the last house down this dead end. And I see you go to get the pail, and I see the guy say something to you, and I just see your head fucking going like this. And the guy put his hand in the bag, in the pail, took a bag out. You dumped the pail, put the pail back down. He put the bag back in the pail. You jumped on. We did the next 3 houses. You get in the truck at the corner. You're like, see, it's that simple. I go, bro, it's not that simple for everybody. Some guys get scared by that shit. So what happened was, I think when they backed down, the guy said, get the fuck away from the pail.
Right.
Don't touch that fucking pail.
I do remember now.
Yeah, it was me and you. It was me and you in Mariners Harbor.
But that was, I grew up that way. It's normal.
I know. And not many people are like that.
Yeah.
Many people would have done, I'm not going to fuck that block. Dude, we got shot at with BB guns. We were like, fuck this whole neighborhood. We left. We were like, fuck this.
But yeah, it was definitely fun.
I'll never forget that, ever. I tell that story to everybody. I'm like,
I used to love working in the bad neighborhoods. I loved it.
I just felt there was less
exciting.
Yeah, and it was less bullshit. There was nobody complaining to you about their garbage. They just wanted it fucking gone. It was messy and disgusting.
And you know
but-
what? They gave you a little more respect, too.
Yeah, I think they did too. I just remember working in those neighborhoods. People would pull the pail out of the house, like a regular garbage pail, and there'd be maggots in the pail, and I'm just dumping it, and I'm going, yo, these people have maggots in their house.
Yeah, we used to say it all the time, like it was at the end of the table.
Yeah.
And they would just push everything from the table into the pail.
That's insane.
No bag.
To me, that's insane. No bag.
Yeah, that's rough.
Just a regular garbage pail
But-
in the house.
That's, you know what? They're people too.
No, I get it. It's just, to me, it was fucking mind-boggling.
And it was never, I mean, like you were saying, we got shot at one night, and he's screaming from the front. He's like, we're getting shot at.
You don't know what you're getting shot at. You're hearing pop, 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 pop.
Yeah.
And the windshield's cracking. I'm like, what the fuck?
Didn't we get watermelons thrown at us, too, from a rooftop once?
Me and you got watermelons on
Yes.
the rooftop on by the
Mariners Harbor.
Holland Avenue projects.
Holland Avenue projects, yeah.
Steven had bottles thrown at him off one time with tags
Yeah.
off of projects. They were throwing.
Are they fucking
loads of
throwing
bottles.
watermelons at us?
Yeah,
They're
well,
shit. They
Ronnie
They do in
Gorey
some
had to get a
countries.
police escort down that block on Holland Avenue one time because they were throwing shit off the roof. They had to get the cops come. I would have been like, I'm not going back. But they made Ronnie go back with a police escort to pick the garbage up. I said, what is a police escort do? When the thing hits him in the head, he's dead.
Yeah, you're dead.
it's fucking garbage. Who cares? Leave it there.
Yeah.
That's
Until
what
they
I.
stop
That's what I
throwing
used to
shit.
say. Then they'll stop throwing shit.
So I only remember you working nights when I came to one. So you only picked up, you went right to nights because you had your other stuff going
Yeah,
on.
4 to 12 I preferred, if I could say
Okay.
that, yeah.
Because you were doing the construction stuff and all that. That's what I remember. When I transferred in, you were a night guy.
Always loved it.
That was a good crew too. You were there for a while with us, 4 to 12.
Yeah, we made the Nasty Nine. We made the room.
Yeah,
That's right.
remember that room?
I do.
And that's what makes you laugh when we say all the time, like it was like a frat house, the job.
It was like a frat house.
right?
Oh, 100%.
We're all newbies. I came on, I had a year and a half on when I came to Staten Island 1. And we came in the garage. We all formed, we got close. We were all friends. We all looked out for each other. And next thing you know, we're remodeling a fucking room in a garage. It's
true.
In a dumpster of a garage. And guys with 25, 30 years are like, what the fuck is going on here?
They couldn't wrap their head around why they
Why we wanted to do
to
it.
make it nice for ourselves.
Yeah, that was odd. I think, the generational thing maybe, they weren't used to that. They just stayed in the locker room, drank the beer, and did what they did. And we came in,
Yeah,
started renovating rooms, bringing cable in and,
satellite,
satellite,
refrigerators, blinds, fucking
Yeah. Yeah, we had
You guys
everything.
were
We
making-
did the floor in that room too.
making fucking. He made you remember the coffee table? He had it on the bottom of a chair, so it spun, and Gus would be on the corner of the couch. Because we had the sectional, he was so lazy he would spin the table to get the remotes.
And the ashtray to him.
Yeah, the ashtray.
No, and because I remember when I first walked into that garage, and they were like, "Oh, Kurt had grabbed me, like, I remember you from class or whatever," and he's like, "Come on, I'll get you a locker on the other side, the lock door side, whatever they used to call it." And I walked in, and there's guys eating there, and there's guys fucking getting changed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not eating a fucking sandwich while
Walking
this
around
guy's
a towel. You got Diglio walking around with a towel.
and
Flip-flops.
I'm like, this is just odd to me. Like, I came from a garage where we had a lunchroom and a locker room.
Yeah.
Like, it's not all thrown together.
Yeah.
It was just odd.
There was a technical lunchroom. It was that one room in between the two different
where
lockers.
they were lighting, God bless his soul, lighting Dizzy on fire. Desi.
You remember that?
I do.
Him and Fleming.
Fucking Roman, bro. He was the best. Him and Fleming. When we would work with them in 4 to 12, like against them, like we'd be on a truck or you'd be on a truck, and they were there, something was happening. Something bad was going to happen.
Yeah, they were.
They were going to do something stupid to somebody.
Who? Fleming and
Roman.
Yeah.
They're
pulling a
I got
prank.
Roman good one day.
They're fucking playing
Good one
around.
day. He was pissed, and you don't know Roman when he gets pissed to the point of he was like upset. I thought honestly, I know he don't watch this. I thought he was gonna cry. The way he fucking
Was
got.
that when you soaked them?
Yes.
Well, he's stubborn, so
Yes. When you get him back, he gets very upset. He's one of those
Correct.
people. He could give it, but he can't take it.
Well, remember when we used to play cards?
Yeah.
4 to 12? And Bassarico, remember when he was in the garage for a little while? And Bobby was eating, and Bassarico farted, and Bobby went ballistic. I said, what the fuck what do you care? I don't know where you fucking farting around me. I'm eating. I'm like,
he was very-
they're going to start brawling over a fart.
Yeah,
Over a fart.
he one day I'd sign out, typical the way garage was, he was throwing water balloons. So I was like, all right, Bob, I'll get you. So me and Gus were working one day on recycling. He was with Hank Brandt on garbage in 14. And I knew we were done. And I said, all right, we're going to get that motherfucker today. So I went to Wendy's house, her mother's house, and I knew she had a pool. So I got a 5-gallon bucket that had chlorine in it.
Wait,
But it
wait,
had
wait, wait.
emptied. Listen, so I emptied the chlorine was empty. It was just an empty bucket, but there was chlorine in it. So I fill it up with water, throw it in the side bin. Now me and Gus go and we're looking for them. And now we see them. So I sat on a side street and waited behind a car with this 5-gallon bucket of fucking water. And he was pulling 2 pails out to the street, and I came around the truck and fucking got him head to toe. Woof, and ran. The people all around the neighborhood were hysterical laughing because they saw me hiding, and I'm telling them, shush, don't say nothing, don't say nothing.
Fucking
So
Roman.
now we get back to the garage. Bro, he lost it. Dude, if my clothes get bleached, what the fuck did you throw on me? Because it smelled like chlorine.
Yeah.
I'm like, stop being a fucking baby. Like, he really gets to a point where he
can,
gets
yeah.
really upset. I thought he was going to cry.
He could give it, but do you remember when he threw the fucking M80 and the back blew out and went through fucking
Arnie Abrahamson's.
No, the guy who used to build the decks and the framing and all that stuff. You know who he is. Yes.
Rogers' arm.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It went to
No
the
problem.
back of Roger's arm. It got stuck in there. We had to like pull it out.
Yeah.
There was a little hole. Remember the plastic piece when it
Yeah,
detonated?
yeah.
Who the fuck is throwing M80s in a garage? Guys waiting to sign out.
The worst thing he ever did to me on the job, I don't even know if it was intentional, but I think it was. Because I've known him almost all my life.
Yeah, he lived
You know,
around
we-
the corner from you, right?
we hung out together. Our families did. We still do. Remember the old spreader? There was one old spreader in one.
See?
Like a
the
piece
big
they used to use
piece
for
of
the
shit.
hills.
Yep.
So Roman was in that one, and I was in a newer spreader right next to him. But the exhaust was right by the driver's,
was the
my
Z.
driver's window.
The Z spreader.
And he started that fucker. I really thought I needed to go to the hospital. It was bad. Like the whole
that
inside of the
that
cab was
big black
black.
cloud of smoke.
Cold start, it was
Yeah.
horrible.
yeah.
He probably fucking laughed.
Yeah. Oh, he definitely laughed.
Yeah.
Without a doubt,
The one
way
thing
he was.
that we all had that I don't think you see on today's job is we were like, I don't want to say we were like men, but we were all like tough guys. Like we didn't fuck around.
we
Like
took it.
but we were like, we acted like men. There was no bickering and bullshit and baby shit.
No.
It was just like you were a man.
We
You're a
never
man.
asked, I say it all the time. I've never used in my 20-year career, I never fucking used the union number in my entire career.
No.
Even when I was a steward. I
handle it.
hated doing that. Just handle your shit the way
Handle
you
your
got
shit.
it.
But even to the point of
No
sticking up for
HR,
yourself
like,
with a
fuck all
boss.
that shit.
These guys ain't sticking up for themselves with a boss. We would tell a boss, who the fuck are you talking to?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like they it's not like that now.
That's the way we grew up.
Listen, I hear these kids complaining they're doing 40 days. Big deal, man.
Yeah, it's different. I mean, I see these sanitation workers now in my gym, and I talk to them briefly.
Yeah.
And you got to hear them. Like they're like, the job has changed. I'm like, wow, this guy's like, he says he has 3 years in the job. It's 2026.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Trust me, the job changed several times, a million
Yeah.
times. It changed when I got on the job.
it
It
changed,
changed
yeah.
when my father got on the
While
job.
we were on the job.
It's always going to change.
But we never let it change for us.
Right.
Our mindset was still
Yeah.
go out, have fun,
Right.
and it's not a fucking job.
Right, just-
like we always thought like that.
Just get it up, get it done, and you'll have a great day.
But I want to go back to Roman, and we say, and I'm going to send them these clips now because we're going to cut it up. But I worked with him one night after a storm, whatever holiday, whatever it was. So you get like a partial of a route to go chase garbage.
Yeah, those were
right?
the best, bro.
So he's like, "Come on, Owen, you're coming with me." I'm like, "All right, whatever." So we're running down. We didn't get 25 houses into the fucking block. I throw something in the truck, a sewing machine, and I feel like a tug on my hand.
I remember this.
So I'm like, what the fuck? So I take my glove off, and my entire top, like underneath my thing, is fish hooked over, flapped over my thumb.
Nice.
Blood's pouring out of my hand. I'm like, Bob, I gotta go. He's like, and Bobby, like he wanted to get it done and get the fuck out.
Yeah.
So he's like, come on, let's go look. So he brings me all the way up to the front of the truck in the light, pouring blood. I'm like, but I have no skin on my fucking thumb. Like it's gone. He's like, can you just drive? He's like, let me get you napkins. We'll look it through the garbage truck for fucking napkins. It was disgusting. I'm like, Bobby, I got to go to the hospital. Like, so we're driving to the hospital, and Bobby being Bobby, and it's not that far, St. Vincent's. He's like, do you remember my name? I'm like, yeah, Bob, what are you talking about? And he's driving along. He's like, well, there's a nerve in your thumb that it controls your memory. So you could lose your memory if you sever the nerve. I'm looking at him. I'm like, while we're driving along, he's gunning the gas, we're running every light. He's like, yeah, do you remember my name? I'm like, Bob, you're a fucking asshole. Just get me to the fucking hospital. What do you be like? He's like, oh, and then afterwards, he's like, I was just trying to, lighten the mood. Like I felt bad,
Yeah, he's got a heart.
Yeah, no, he is. He's good people.
Yeah.
I do have a question though. How do you guys know him as Bobby? I've known him all my life. He was never when I got
do you
to
call him,
Staten
Rob?
Island 1. I
Robert
heard
Roman.
people calling him Bobby. I'm like, why the fuck are they calling you Bobby for?
What did you guys know him as, Robert?
Rob. His mom calls him Robert.
I don't know how. I just knew him as Bobby because that's when I got there.
Yeah, everyone calls him Bobby.
Well, I used to say Rob Roman sometimes.
No, I would always call him Bob.
I couldn't get away from your kids.
Yeah.
Your daughter would show up at the bar. Rob Roman's son was DJing.
True. Yeah.
They were always around.
Yeah, no, he's good people. I got to call him. Bust his balls.
It was good to see him at the football game. It was good to see him. I haven't seen him in a long time. It was this past season. He looked good.
Yeah, he looks good. He'll never change. A little more grayer, but
You think I'm bad with my hands? His hands are like violent when he talks.
He's loud. He's
and
very
his
loud.
hand goes like this,
Very
like
loud.
he's gonna smack you in the face.
He's got roof hands.
What's the
He
funniest?
ain't got roof hands.
What's the funniest thing you ever? What's the funniest thing you ever seen on the job? The funniest.
One of the funniest things is probably me, and I don't remember who used to tell the story. I think it was Acapinti. He would remind me of the story. One time I was dumping a truck on Front Street,
Okay.
and you know how we used to get flooded? Mm-hmm. So I think it was the first time I ever dumped at Front Street. So I jumped off the back step as whoever was driving the truck with me. I don't know who my partner was. I don't remember. I jumped off, but I went into the water like I was gone. And he reminds me of that story. He goes, "You don't remember that?" I do remember it now. Once you start telling me the story, it was disgusting. All just like hopper juice, nasty
Muck.
water. I think I went up to my waist.
That's 2 days off, man.
You know, that's
would've-
probably the
I would-
if you're looking at it, it was funny. You know,
Yeah.
at my expense. You know? But
Not funny for you.
not funny for me.
Yeah, it's those are the things we just, and then you remember down the road. These are the fun parts of the job. It wasn't funny for you at that moment,
Yeah, you learn.
but then you know, yeah, you do learn. But it's just shit that now everybody laughs about it in the garage, and you move on. And
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
there was
Just-
never any like anyone seeing that, like doing it to hurt somebody. It was just got you through the day.
Got you through the day. Everybody there was good.
Yeah.
Just to touch back what you like what you were just saying before that about it changes for everybody, right? Every group, something changes on the job. It gets worse and worse and worse. The one thing that affected me the most, that bothered me the most about that job that changed, is when we went to split bodies. Do you remember that?
I do.
Okay, so we go to split bodies. John Caddy, Acapinti, all the senior guy drivers jump off garbage and run on these routes, right? They jump on these routes. Now, if you remember, a split body route was like this. It was tiny because they didn't know what to expect.
Yeah.
They ran them up, ran them up, ran them up. We were all on garbage every day. I'm living life. I'm loving life. I'm on garbage, making a little lunch money. This is going good. I got no time on garbage. This is awesome. Then all of a sudden, it got to here, and they all jumped ship, and then all of us got thrown on recycling as drivers. And I was like, what the fuck?
Right. And they were endless routes.
Bro, that's to me the time changing, and the senior guy fucking the junior guy. I'll never forget that. I was always bitter about that. I'll never forget that to the day. Like
Yeah,
that was the
but-
one thing ever. 20-something, over 20 years on that job. That whole thing happening the way it happened and what they did, when all they had to do was just chill out and park it.
True.
Yeah, but I remember that, and because when I transferred in, they still had some 20-yard trucks.
Oh,
You were
it was-
just picking up,
Yeah, it was-
metal.
that's
You
how
were
it
just picking
was.
up paper. They were slowly
When
bringing
we
in the
came in
splits.
together. It
There
was
was
like
that
that.
120 yarder we had in one.
Listen to me.
You had a 120-yarder that used to do metal and glass because they used to go down to the projects and stuff and get all the bulk.
Yes.
So they would still use it from time to time until they realized, like, hey, we can't put the bulk on this side. We got to put it on the wider side, whatever they did. But listen, we were pissed off a little bit
It
as
fucking
junior
pissed me off,
guys.
man.
Like, honestly, to me, I was like, all right, well, we're just, honestly, all of us, we're just going to suck it up anyway.
No, we did. We ran, but they weren't going to make it
We
any
had
bigger.
our own way. We used to, I tell people, we used to open the side door, bring the blades back.
I was just gonna
and
talk about that.
I would do the houses near the driver's side, near the driver's seat, and the guy would be in the back doing the 2-3 houses near the rear of the truck.
You remember-
So we were doing 5-6 houses at a time.
Right.
Like, we didn't care. It
remember
wasn't
Timmy
that much.
Groves, right?
They weren't recycling that much.
You remember Timmy Groves?
Yes.
You remember Timmy Groves, right? We transferred from Manhattan. I think we came in the same time. So Manhattan is single commodity, right? As was Staten Island when you got there. So I'm used to paper. I would tell my brother all the time. My brother's like, yo, you're going to hate recycling. It's forever. It sucks. I go, bro, I'm doing 11 tons of paper. You think this shit's going to bother me? Okay. I transferred to Staten Island 1. My first day in the garage, I'm on paper recycling with Timmy Groves. We get out to the route. He opens the side door. I go, what's that for? He goes, we're going to be throwing paper in there. I'm like, what? By the time we got done with this route, I think it did 4.5 tons. I thought I was dead.
The miles, man.
I thought I was dead. Trying to run to keep up with him. for 4.5 tons when I'm doing 11 tons.
Is that Timmy or Mikey?
No, I was with Timmy.
Oh, okay.
I was with
Well,
Timmy
he was
at that time.
He was a big guy.
Mikey
No,
was the
Mikey
big
was
guy.
the
Mikey
big
was
guy.
a big guy.
Mikey was the bigger one. Timmy was skinnier.
Okay.
Timmy was quiet.
Okay.
Mikey
Glasses.
was a little crazy.
Yeah, Mikey
loud.
was a big guy.
He worked with us 4 to 12.
Yes,
a lot.
yes.
He had to pick up trucks, mongoed like crazy.
Mongoed like crazy.
Yeah.
Yep.
I remember
So-
that though. That side door shit. I was like, I
That's
told
what
my
we
brother, I
did.
go,
We did it to get it done, and
Crazy.
we made it work for us. And then we used to sit around for 3-4 hours. Like we didn't mind. We didn't dump it. We just hung out until the money came into effect. And then once they gave you dumping money, that was
Exactly.
it. It was a free for all. So, but now I want to get into a story I remember when you were still on the job. 9/11. I want to get into that day. I remember you coming back, I think a day or two after,
Correct.
and fucking covered with cuts and scratches, and we were like, "What the fuck happened?"
I remember.
So I remember you had told the story that you were at the clinic
Yep.
when that shit happened. And for everybody out there, we have a clinic for the sanitation that you have to go to. It was in Manhattan, low it down in like Battery Park,
Beavis, yeah, Beavis.
Battery Park area.
Financial district.
Yeah. So right down from Wall Street. Yeah. And you would have to go there. If you went sick the third day, you would have to go there. And, or if you were out for a long time, you know, weekly, monthly checks, whatever you had to do. So you were there and then the shit hit the fan.
Yeah. So September 10th, I was doing baskets with Jerry Stone, and I got hit by a car.
Oh,
That's what put me. It was a hit and run. Lady hit me while I was doing baskets, threw me in the air. I came down. I was okay.
yeah.
You know, the lady left, or whoever hit me, man, lady, I don't know. So that's what put me at the clinic on the 11th. Because, you know, I had to go to the emergency room or whatever. So,
Yeah. So now you got to go there the next day. They force you down there to give the paperwork, all the
Yeah.
bullshit.
so wrong place, wrong time. I thought there was a parade going on, you know, because I was done early at the clinic. And I got out, I saw all the papers flying everywhere. And I went to go look, just like everybody else, you know. Then I was, you know, I was like, wow, it's going to take 20, 30 years to fix that hole, you know. And then, you know, I just got closer so I get a better look, and buildings came down, and I was right there, you know. So yeah, it was definitely a lucky person that day. And then I worked with the recovery and all that, the cleanup, recovery, whatever you want to call it, for 9 months.
I know. I remember that day when you got when you got to the ferry terminal.
Yeah, I was fucked up.
You were like Moses. You had the big pipe
Yeah.
in your hand. It was like a staff. Like, I am blah, blah, blah.
I'll tell you what,
Covered in soot with a big huge pipe.
I was probably the first sanitation worker down there.
We came and picked you up
Yeah.
on 4 to 12.
Yeah. But I was probably the first, because I was literally walking on the fire with the firemen. You know
Yeah.
what I mean? Like literally.
Yeah.
The force of that stuff was so great that I had a white T-shirt on. You know, you didn't want to go to the clinic in your uniform. So
Yeah, yeah.
Yep.
I wore a white T-shirt, and I used to take
Your shirt off.
and put it on my shoulder. When that debris from the buildings falling came, it literally put holes in my shirt. Like, you know what I'm
Really?
saying? Like, yeah,
The impact from
the
it.
impact. Like, it was crazy. You know, I cut my face, my back, you know, but again, very lucky. A lot of people weren't. But yeah, and I stayed there and helped. And when you say help, like, you don't even know, like, what are you helping with? It was silence. Not a
Yeah.
fireman spoke a word. And that's who I was walking with, you know, literally firemen. They didn't say nothing to me, didn't look at me, nothing. I just walked with them, you know, and just look. And the only thing I saw maybe at the end of that day, there was a hand coming out of the debris.
Yeah.
And it was definitely a woman's hand. You know, so there was a bunch of workers trying to dig that person out, whatever. Yeah, very surreal. It was like being on another planet. Haunts me to this day, like, you know, when the people were jumping and
So you saw all that.
all that stuff. You know, just horrible. Yeah, and I remember someone came up to me with a EMS, EMT uniform or something. Said, "Sir, you should really go to the hospital." You know, my face was cut open, my back was cut open. I'm like, "No, I'm fine. I'm fine, really." You know, and I just stayed. And I did go to headquarters that day. I went up to, you know, Everyone thought I was dead.
Like Worth Street?
Yeah.
Okay.
That same day?
Yeah, at night. It was nighttime by now.
Well, when did they pick you up at the ferry, right?
Yes, Adamo picked me up, I
At the
believe.
ferry.
At the ferry. And I think it was like 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning the next day, you know? And then I came to work the next day.
Because I remember them all talking about it.
Yeah.
Whoever picked you up was like Moses with the pipe. He came up,
Yeah, it was very surreal, very wild, very crazy, unforgettable. But yeah, just ironic, right? Like what put me in Manhattan. I'd never be in Manhattan.
Yeah.
Never.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Everything
because
happens for a reason, right? Type of stuff.
Theo Vaughn just had on a fireman, Tony Bafiglio, I think it is. And he was going through that whole thing, like how he was getting off. And then now he had to get back. Like, because it's just like you say, like you're in that spot. You wanted to go see what was going on. Now you hit a different tone of now I'm here to help people. Like now you were just at the clinic, you know, cursing with somebody probably at the clinic at a doctor.
Yeah. I do remember saying, wow, when the first building fell and the debris started coming at a fast rate of speed. And then it finally caught up to me. As fast as you could run, it caught up to you. And I do remember saying, wow, I can't believe I'm going to die this way. I was ready, you know, like they say your life flashes before your eyes. No, it didn't. I was just like, wow, I'm going to die like this, you know? But eventually that air did clear a little bit, you know? And then it happened again. So it was like, it was very bizarre.
Yeah, and he's like, it was just very after the fact. It was very eerie.
Very eerie.
Because then he had mentioned he heard the life things that they carry, the alarms, and you just hear them beeping. That's all you heard.
Yeah, the
and
oxygen
like
alarms.
to them, it was like, fuck, we got to get to these guys.
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And
all you heard.
Being in that spot, because you never know what you're gonna do. Because there were probably a lot of people downtown, and they went the other way.
Yeah.
It's fucking creepy.
Do you think your military time made you be fearless like that?
I wouldn't say fearless. It's just something I felt you just, as a human, you just naturally would do that. Anybody.
Kicked in.
Yeah.
A lot of people ran away.
Yeah, a lot of people ran away.
Some people don't run to it.
It was just very strange. It was horrible. Very,
Thank you, man.
Very horrible.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But there may be somebody out there that you helped that's still alive that says, fuck, I remember that guy. You could see this and say, shit, he helped me get to wherever. It's crazy enough, but
Yeah.
it was a fucked up day, but
Fucked up day.
yeah.
Why did you decide to vest out sanitation? What was the whole circumstance with that?
I was going through something really bad in my life at that time.
Okay.
I had to make a choice. And was it the right choice? Looking back at it now, I don't have any regrets, but I look at the time, I'm like, wow, I could have been retired. I would have had like 29 years on the job by now, 28 years or something like that. I don't have regrets. It wasn't about money. But I do miss the guys. I did like the job. I was forced to do something that I really didn't want to do.
Yeah.
I paid the price for it. I had to give it up.
I remember when it was all going on. I was like, you can't. I remember I was telling you can't leave. You can't do this. Don't do this.
How many years did you have on when you invested?
I think I had close to 8.
Okay. Yeah. And then now, how does it work with, do you get a portion of what you did for the city or?
So again, I made bad decisions at that time because of what I was going through. I took it all. So I got nothing from the city.
What do you mean you took it all?
So I could have left my money there and got a partial pension.
Okay.
Things like that. I did none of that.
So you vested out, took whatever the option they gave you, and that was it?
That was it.
Okay. Yeah, because I didn't know how it worked, because I know how it kind of works with vesting out. You could leave, and then when you get to your 20 mark, you'll get whatever percentage per year you gave to the city.
Correct.
Or if you hit an age.
Yeah, but I didn't know if it was
right.
like with the medical, if that all carried over, and if that all kicked in after the fact.
You don't get the medical back.
So they give you an option though to take a percentage of what you would get now? Like you're signing out now, so just say, here's what you would get now, or this is what you would get if you vest out down the road.
It really never came to that. I basically resigned.
So you just left.
I just left.
Now you had 8 years on the job, but you had 4 years of military, right?
Right.
So you actually had 12.
Right. But the way I did it, like, I remember talking to someone on the phone, Sanitation. I don't know what his title was, but the guy was begging me, please, just don't touch that money. Just leave it there. You got to listen to me. Don't do it. You know, I was like, you don't understand. I need that money.
Yeah.
You know, yeah, so I blew it. You know, what are you going to do?
Listen, you make choices, right? Like you say, it was a time in your life where you needed the money. What are you going to do?
Yeah.
You weren't looking 10, 15 years down the road. You had to get through the situation you were at hand.
I was in a
It's at hand.
situation.
Yeah, so.
Is that when you left to go to Florida?
I left for Florida after that, you know, a little whiles after that, probably about a year after that.
And when you left, you went straight to construction,
Correct.
right? You were doing that. I mean, you were doing it during anyway.
Yeah.
But you always had your thing going on.
Yeah.
All right.
And when you did vest that, did they give you option like to come back? How long of
Yeah,
a window?
I actually did go back. You guys
Really?
don't remember that?
I remember that. I remember when you had to go for training.
Yes. So they called me about a year later and they said, you can come back. Maybe a year and a half. I don't remember what it was. I was like, all right, cool.
But you lost all your seniority.
That's the reason
Why?
I backed out.
Yeah, I remember. I remember we had this. I vaguely remember the conversation with you.
Yeah.
About it. I don't know where we ran into each other, but
So yeah, they said, all right, come back, which I did. And then they said, all right, well, you got to go through training again. I was like, all right, cool, whatever. And they're like, well, you're going to lose all your seniority, all this, all that. And we don't even know if we can get you back to Staten Island. I was like, you know what? Thanks, but no thanks. And
Yeah.
that was it.
Yeah, because I didn't know with, a year, did they give you a year? Did they give you a lifetime?
well, you have
I
a year.
didn't
You
know.
could leave for a year, 100%.
You could leave for a year, but I don't even know why they contacted me. And they were like, hey, would you want to come back? So it was very strange how it
I got
happened.
to ask you a question. So if you wouldn't have took that money, would you have lost your seniority?
Maybe not.
That's the only thing I'm thinking. Like if you didn't take the money, maybe
think
you would have
you
got
do,
the
though,
8
still.
years back.
I think you do, especially if it was a year and a half. I think they give you a year to come back.
No, I know that for a
But
fact.
after the
I don't-
year-
it could be
You probably
different now.
lose your
But
seniority.
when we were
After the
on-
year, I think you lose your seniority.
Yeah. And I just couldn't do it. I had, at the time, 3 kids. Like, there's no way I could have to wait another 7 years, like,
Yeah.
or whatever it was, 6 years.
yeah, the top pay.
Yeah, to get the top pay and do all that.
Yeah.
No, it makes sense. Listen, you got to make decisions in your life, man. That's what it all comes down to.
Yeah. I'm sure there's plenty of haters out there, they say, oh, you dumb motherfucker. Whatever.
You do what you do. It's nobody's
You
judgment
do.
but your own. You got to live with your decisions. Who
Correct.
gives a fuck what anybody else says?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and you were always a hustler anyway. So no matter what, you were gonna make the ends meet.
I'm always gonna eat.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So it's not like you were doing that and then
Right.
you wound up on the street.
Correct.
You fucking went out and busted your home.
Yep. And now I'm retired anyway, really. So
Yeah, you do what you want. It's all the same.
What did you do when you moved out to Florida? Like, you were doing construction out there too?
yeah, actually, when I first went to Florida, I opened up a business, and I was taking care of a big development, which was like endless amounts of money, and opportunity. But what made me leave there was, you remember when my brother died tragically.
Yeah.
So that was, I had to leave the state of Florida to go to Virginia to figure out what happened to my brother because, he was missing. So while doing that, in that whole process, and then finally realizing, my brother was totally gone, we're never going to see him again. And then 4 months later, they found a body, and it turned out to be my brother. And I had to go back to Virginia and had to try to identify his body, which was very difficult to do. We had to do it through dental records. And then at that time, my kids were they were young at the time, like 10, 12 or something like that. And they wanted to go back to New York. So here I was again in another situation. So I did come back, basically because of what happened to my brother. But then I got divorced,
Back to Great Kills.
Yes.
Yes, Girly.
Yes.
Girly? Did you learn Girly? One of them
Yes,
blocks.
yes, Gurley Avenue.
I got a good
you're right.
memory.
Yep. And,
You remember what happened on Girly with a certain guy driving a spreader?
I do. Here I
We
was.
definitely can't mention names here, but
I
tell
can
the story. Oh, you can tell the story. Just don't mention names.
So someone came to my house in a spreader that was intoxicated, like unbelievable. Couldn't even drive.
Really?
And I'm not even on the job anymore. But I did his fucking route for him.
Really?
Yeah. Yep. As a matter of fact, I opened up his beer on the bumper of the spreader, and it actually cut my hand open. So I was bleeding like crazy. He was intoxicated, but I took the spreader and finished his route for him.
Is that fucking nuts?
How's that?
I remember, dude. I remember that.
You
I
were
was
drinking back then?
No, it wasn't me, pal.
He was
Wasn't me.
fucked up.
He's a great guy. He's a great guy.
Yeah.
He's a great guy. That guy. I don't know. You might not even know him.
You just wanted to be back in it that bad.
I guess. Yeah. Yeah.
Or was
What
it
a
just you needed to get your trucks out in the morning to get to work, so you just wanted to
Could have
fucking...
been.
He did a better job than the guy that he was helping.
So when you came back to New York, then now you got back into the construction end here and opened up something?
Yeah. And, so I did really good for myself for a while. And now I'm at the point where, I don't really do much of anything anymore. I take my bike, I go to Florida, I ride,
And that's what it is, Now you're semi-retired. You still got the business going. And you check in here and there.
Right.
The kids are all older. You got grandkids now.
I got grandkids now.
Pappy.
Yeah.
What do they call you? Grandpa?
Grandpa. Yeah.
I hope my grandkids don't call me Dick.
I'm gonna if I meet them, I'm gonna make sure they call you Dick.
Call him Dick.
It's difficult. I got kids that live in Texas, kids on Staten Island, so
They're all over.
they're all over.
Yeah, what are your kids up to now?
My son's still in the military. My stepson's in the military. My two stepdaughters work in the schools.
The ones in New York work in the schools.
Yeah. Paris.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, it's awesome, man.
Both of your daughters are Paris.
No. I have one daughter. Yeah, my stepdaughter.
Your stepdaughter and your youngest.
Yes. No. My oldest.
Your oldest.
Yeah, my youngest lives in Texas.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
Yeah.
So now, what is it like being a grandfather? Did Eric calm down a little more?
No,
Like
it's the same. It's the same. I guess you realize you're getting a little older, but
Are you harder on them like you were on your kids, or you're more lax?
no, I'm so easy. Yeah, I'm never gonna get old.
I know your kids adored you, so I know you as tough Eric, like a tough guy, like you don't know shit, but your kids loved you so. I used to say to myself, he's got to be this mush at home, because like
No, I was never a mush at home
not
either.
a mush, but you know what I mean, not the Eric that I would be out in the street with.
Yeah, I still do whatever my kids want. I'll get it done.
The dad, man.
Yeah, but somewhere along the line too, I lost myself, and I pushed a lot of people I love away, and that's something I deal with every day, and that's why I bought a motorcycle that a Jap bike, and
You riding a jet bike?
hell yeah, man.
That don't hurt your back,
No,
man.
dude,
I mean, I can't ride.
I could see you a
'cause I'm
Harley guy,
fat.
though.
No.
I figured you for a Harley guy.
no, I got a Jap bike, racing tune on it. I'm doing a $140, $150, $160.
Imagine me doing a $150 coming at you.
I
Imagine
couldn't imagine you weighing a $150, but that's just me.
There was a time.
No, so that's good. So you're semi-retired now, hanging out with the grandson. It's a
Really,
beautiful thing.
my grandson's in Texas, one on Staten Island. So
Yeah, but still, now that with technology, you could really hang out with him every day. You could watch him,
FaceTime.
hang out, FaceTime him, and all that
Do
nonsense.
you get down to Texas much, or
I don't. It's difficult. They have their lives now. You
Yeah,
know?
I know.
Your kids get older, they're doing their own thing.
yeah? That's like my oldest lives with his girlfriend. He's I see him we have a deal every Wednesday, one day a week. They have to have dinner with me. There's no negotiation. It's done. Of course, Gerald's away; he can't. But when they're all here, once a week,
We go to Applebee's.
No, we go wherever they want to go. It's
You're always
Kylie's
at fucking
choice.
Applebee's.
No, we never go to Applebee's.
I
We
go
went
to
the one
Applebee's.
time when somebody noticed me. Oh, wait,
do.
I can make you laugh again, Wayne. Look, I gotta be careful with my hands. Wendy doesn't want me to do hand gestures anymore, so I'll just go like this. So I go to do my taxes yesterday in Rosebank, all right, in the neighborhood, and I sit down. The guy's like 40 years old. He goes, Kurt, I gotta say something. I go, what? He goes, did you have a video go viral on Instagram? Because it showed up on my Instagram reels. I go, I don't know if it went viral. He goes, I don't follow you, so how did it show up? I go, because I'm famous.
Yeah.
And he just looked at me like, what the fuck? I go, no, I don't know how it showed up.
Oh,
it's
my
funny
God.
when people say they see you. And
Yeah,
you know,
absolutely.
you know what I mean?
It's
Not
crazy.
too many people notice Wayne because he's mean. They stay away from him. They see the meanness on the podcast.
No, Eric does not believe that.
Oh, Eric believes that. He
I've
sees
never,
it.
I don't think I've ever seen Wayne upset,
Mad?
mad. Never.
No, I've seen him mad. He used
Can't
to
do it.
terrorize Kaz Day.
No, but see, even on the job, right? Guys would tell me, like, and God rest his soul, Benny Leantonio, who's one of the greatest people I ever
you
met
remember
on
Benny?
Sanitation.
I've done. He's done concrete work. For me.
Yeah, Benny's was a great guy.
And I remember one day, I was in one part of the lunchroom out in the landfill, and he was like, well, the lunchroom was here, and there was a sitting area where they were watching TV. And somebody had said, we were having a conversation, and it was, hey, did you see the new movie? The new whatever movie? Not X-Men. What's that shit he was into? The comic book movie. Marvel. Did you see the new Marvel? I was like, oh, yeah, I actually did, and I can't believe they killed off blah, blah, blah. And from the other room, he's like, you're such a jerk off. He comes and starts cursing at me. I'm like, Benny, I didn't see it yet. Well, how the fuck do I know?
Yeah.
So he would always bust my balls. Oh, Owen, I love you, but you're a fucking dick. And that's what everybody would say. And Wendy would be like, why does everybody say this? Like, why did everybody say you're a dick? Well, because not that I was a jerk off on the job, but I wanted the job done and be done with it. So if you were driving like a jerk off, if you're looking at your phone while you're driving, if you're taking your sweet ass time, I would get pissed off.
Poor Kaz, they got abused.
It's not that I was an asshole to people, but I was just being an asshole to them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I was never like a mean person.
No, never.
I would just bust their chops. Like, come on, put the fucking phone down. Let's
He
go.
was never a mean person either, but very easy to agitate.
Yes.
Yes.
And he had like that explosive part about him to where I would literally look at him and be like, bro, this is like a game. Like, because you can't take him seriously when he gets excited.
Why?
You know?
Why not?
Because you would get excited and then laugh at the end of it.
He would. You would.
You
He
know?
would.
Like that day we were getting shot at. I'll take that. We were down in Port Richmond, and I'm on the back of the truck dumping pails, and all of a sudden I hear him screaming like a fucking idiot. Get in the truck! Get in the truck! I'm like, what are you yelling about? Like, I probably had a speaker on. I'm listening to music. I can't even fucking hear what he's saying now.
He had
So I
his-
walk
he had
up
his Walkman
gingerly.
on.
I walk up gingerly. I'm like, what's up? He's like, get the fuck on the truck. I'm like, what is going on? So I jump on the
Shots
side of the
fired.
driver's side, and I'm just hanging on. He's like, they're shooting at us. Who the fuck is shooting at us, bro? But then again, I hear bing, bing on the side of the truck, and he's tear-assing around, driving on the right side. You can only go 20, so we're not going that fast. So he's tear-assing through running lights. He gets to an area like far away. He was like, they were shooting at us. The windshield was shot up. There was definitely, you could tell it was a BB gun at that point because it makes that
when it's
little
going on, you're like,
that little
get
hole.
the fuck out of here. 22 sounds like a ping too.
Yeah.
But like he did all that, and he's like, "Do you believe?" And like he starts laughing at me. He's like, "Do you believe we almost died?"
The best was
I'm like-
Fisher. That was the best. That's the best Staten Island one story ever.
It's just crazy.
What happened with Fisher?
Covered in blood, bro.
He
We were doing Park Hill, the circle.
got.
No, a Mexican guy got a Mexican guy got.
Yeah.
And they stabbed him up. And the guy tried to jump in the garbage truck and take the truck. Fisher was driving. He jumped on the other side. I'm loaded. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? Now all of a sudden the garbage truck goes into a pile somewhere. I'm like, where the fuck is he going? I don't know what's going on. I don't see it. I run up to the truck. Glenn's trying to pull the guy off. The guy's shooting blood all over. Glenn's covered in blood. Covered in blood, in this guy's blood. I grab him and I fucking throw him to the floor. I'm like, get the fuck out of here. I don't know what's going on. I think he's robbing him.
Yeah.
No, the guy just wants to get out of there. He ain't speaking English. He's got like 7 holes in him. He's gushing blood. It was crazy. Then I never forget. I think Glenn was like, I'm like, bro, throw that shirt out. Like I took my hoodie off. I threw it right in the truck. I'm like, fuck this. He's like, you think I can get the blood out? I'm like, get the blood out.
Oh, throw that shit in the
That's
garbage.
just got to go in the garbage. And the cops were the worst. The cops come. They're like, what'd they look like? Glenn's like, they had on shorts. There was 3 kids in shorts. He goes, really? He goes, why would I make up in the middle of the winter 3 people wearing shorts? He's like, they must have been in the, I don't know, whatever they were doing. But I'll never forget that.
They
was
were
a
probably
fucking-
high.
Probably.
Oh.
And
good
that guy
stuff.
probably had the good stuff.
And I was laughing too at that. I was yelling at first, and I was hysterical laughing. He's like, "What are you laughing at?" I'm like, "This is some funny shit, man.
You
There's
saw
blood
crazy
everywhere."
shit on the job. It was crazy. But to get back to it, like you say, people could think one thing about you, but no, like
Stop,
I'm
everybody
not.
loves you, bro.
I never would argue, even today, like even with the new job I got, I don't give a fuck. I'm here to make it's a job.
Today, get
I'm not
today
here
over.
to fucking be miserable like the rest of them, because there were some miserable people on that job.
There were some miserable people on that job for sure.
They hated it,
yeah.
but I would tell them, like, just why are you still here? And some of them would have over 20 years.
Yeah.
Love him to death, Gus. It's just the way he was.
I hope
like,
he's retired now, right?
yeah, he's retired.
retired.
But then he'd be like, I'm not miserable. I don't care. I'm like, Gus, you're driving on your way to work and looking at routes for today and then telling me at 5:30 in the morning, we got 3 couches, we got 2 beds, we got... Dude, I'm still drinking my coffee. Like, what are you talking about?
Right.
Like, we get out there, we're going to throw it in the truck. I don't need to know everything that's on the routes. But I love them dearly, but it's just, some people just hated the job. And I just never understood it.
Yeah. I had fun.
I
while
love the
was there.
412 crew.
It was a lot of fun. We had a
4
lot
to
of
12
fun on
crew
that
was
job.
fun.
Yeah, 4 to 12 was cool.
That was Gus, me, you, him for a while.
Bobby.
Bobby Roman, my brother, Dags. The summer 4 to 12. Remember when they had that in the beginning?
Yeah.
Summer 4 to 12 was some of the best times I had on that job ever. It was total chaos. We did whatever we wanted.
Yeah, it was good.
So we had a conversation, like 2 weeks ago, me and you? And you were telling me you're going through some stuff. If you want to talk about it, it's up to you.
Yeah, I'm cool.
So what illness are you going through right now?
So I, through 9/11 and all that stuff, I picked up like a rare blood disease, which I got to live for the rest of my life. There is no cure for it. It's a little personal to me, but that's something I got to deal with every day. I mean, so I push harder now, because I probably lost about 25 pounds in the last 6 months. People are like, wow, you look great, Eric. You're toning up great. I didn't do that on purpose. It happened. I'm still in the gym every day because I refuse to quit. I push hard. I'll go to the gym twice a day, Like, I just felt like if someone's going to tell me, Eric, you're sick, I'm going to say, well, I'm going to show you that I'm not going to be.
Yeah.
That's just my thing. So it played with my head for a bit and still does. That's why I bought the motorcycle. I was at a point in my life where I was like, you know what? This might be a good way to say it's over. I could just say it was an accident, like shit like that. But it turned out that motorcycle saved my life, didn't take my life. So now I ride that bike because it gives me life.
It gives you freedom.
Gives me freedom.
Feel
and
good about it.
For that moment, like my, 99 problems are going down to 0.
Yeah.
So it's been a very difficult few months for me. Probably longer than that. It's probably been about 8-9 months. Just really bad. But like my girlfriend will ask me, my fiance, my wife to be, she'll ask me, "You okay, Eric?" I'm like, "No, but I will be,
Yeah.
I will be." Because I push, I'm not, it's difficult, but I'm going to be okay.
Yeah, and you've never been, to me, like a sulking kind of, oh, look what's
No.
happening to me.
No, never kicking stones down the street.
Yeah,
Never.
you've never been like that. Whatever you're going to have to do to get through it, to be there for your kids and your grandkids, you're going to do.
Yeah, so what it does is it so my body's stuck in like fight mode all the time. It's a problem with your nervous system, So that's what I deal with every day. It's not a mental illness. It's hypervigilant. It's if I go to a public restroom, I'm thinking about, okay, if something goes bad, I'm going to slam this guy's head on the tile, kind of thing.
Yep.
More than
You're thinking your way out.
I'm thinking my way out. So that's what I deal with every day. Some days are good, some days are bad. But no one will ever know but me because I could fake it good. you know, with the best of them. But I push, you know.
Well, now, it did have something to do with 9/11.
Yeah.
Did they
Yeah.
key it in on that? But now that brings us back to you being in the Army at 17. Do you remember any situations were you anywhere stationed where something happened that maybe that is causing these issues, or no?
No. Listen, I've had a lot of trauma in my life too. You know, like you know, the worst thing that ever happened to me was my brother. Like, hands down. Like, I can't explain it, but I had to look at it. You know, he was in the water for 4 months. You know, so when you go see that and you have to identify that, and I was really close with my brother because we were close in age, kind of like you and Steve.
Yeah.
You know, age gap like that. So we hung out. I never hung out with my older brother, my older sister. I don't even know them. You know, I was close to my brother Richie. So that messed me up bad. 9/11 messed me up bad. You know, but I'm good. But it's just things like, I don't know why lately in the last 9 months, but you know,
Do you talk to anybody, like professionally at all?
I do.
I'm a firm believer in that. I see a therapist.
I've been going to a
psychiatrist.
therapist probably close to 20 years.
Yeah, I've probably been eight years now, and it got me out of a lot of shit. Helped me navigate through a lot of shit.
Yeah, and the problem with men is because we're men, right?
Yeah.
You feel like you should be ashamed, like you know, that could never happen to me. Well, never say never, because you never know what someone's going through, ever, you know. And like, people, they think they know me, but they don't know me. You know what I mean? You don't know me.
They know the
We don't
shell.
know the inside of you.
Yep.
Yeah,
I get
They
it.
know the shell.
yeah. And I get frustrated really bad because it's a problem. It's a big problem that's never talked about, or, you know. So I try to change that in my own little way, you know.
Well, like you said, you have your out. When you're having your day, your moment, you jump on your bike and you go take a ride, and
Or I'm in the gym.
or you're in the gym.
That's
you
it.
have
Those
your
are my
outs.
2 outs.
Yeah, which you need.
Yeah.
Every guy needs. You know, I hate to say it, and it's nothing against women, but you know, guys need an out, because unfortunately, guys will do bad things to themselves, and I know that women will too. But it's a quick, like we spoke, and I told you, you know, when I had my back surgery, it fucked me up. Because when you have something taken away from you that you love, I love doing construction. I've told you that many times. We've always talked about this. And when it's taken, it fucks you up. It
manhood
fucks you
was
up
taken.
in your head.
Yeah, it takes a little bit of your manhood away.
Yeah, and you feel you can't control it anymore. And you think about shit, and you're like, why? And you have to like kind of shake your head, like, why am I thinking this? I would hold a knife and think bad shit, bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't want to say it, but I'm going to say it anyway. I shouldn't even be here anymore, because January 8th was my day. I was checking out.
We spoke about that. And I'm happy you're here. I will
Yeah,
say
without
that
a
much,
doubt, bro.
Yeah. Am I ashamed to say it? No, I'm not. Because nobody knows, you know, what I go through, you know. I'm like, well, what do you mean? You have grandkids, you have a beautiful home, and, you know, a beautiful fiance, and, you know, your kids and all this stuff.
That doesn't stop torment that's inside you.
It's
You know what I mean?
unexplainable.
I get where you're coming from. The torment, nobody sees it.
They don't see it. And it's I have demons, man, like bad fucking demons. But I push on. I'm gonna be all right.
No, that's awesome, man. And I told you, I'm always
Keep
here,
pushing,
dude.
man, always.
You want to just bullshit, you're in a bad state, call me up.
Yeah, no doubt.
I told you, just a conversation. We'll talk about whatever the fuck you want.
You want to go steal a garbage truck? We can
Yeah,
go.
fuck
I got a key still, I think.
Yeah,
We
we'll
could
go
do that.
spread salt somewhere when we're not on the
You
job.
could drive that guy's spreader for him again. Yeah, he's retired.
But no, it is. And that's the problem even with the jobs in the city. We always say it. We spoke many times about it. Like, you're just a number to these jobs.
Yeah.
And they don't care about your mental health. And they don't realize, like, when, like, the guys right now, let's put it in, like, they've been working 12-hour shifts for the last month. Now another storm's coming. They're going to do it for another 2-3 weeks.
Yeah.
It takes a toll on you. You're not seeing your family. You're not
sleeping.
in your mindset like normal, where that's like true life shit.
Yeah.
And the city don't give a fuck. They
you're
could
a
care
number.
less. If you don't show up, they want to hurt you. Where they don't have it in place to help guys get through that.
There is no mental health thing with that job. Like, you know where a cop goes if you shoot somebody and then they have to go talk to somebody, or the fire department in a fire. Sanitation has nothing like that. Not
No.
even if you fucking found a dead body on the route. Not even if you worked 60 days straight and you feel like you're having a nervous breakdown because you haven't seen your wife and kids, or you're not home Christmas Day, you're not there with your family. Whatever the case may be, there's nothing on that job to help you get through that. They'll tell you that's what you got your benefits for. They're not gonna have anybody if you went to the clinic to talk to.
Right. And then there's that issue of, are you going to talk about it? Because you're Kurt, you're the tough guy. You know what I'm saying?
So
Now, how could you be weak? You
So
can't be
I
fucking
fell
weak.
apart when I got divorced. Like that whole year up until I left was kind of fucked up. I got beat up a little bit, not beat up physically, but mentally. Like I felt like I was like she didn't want to be near me, whatever. I was going for therapy then, and then I left, and you feel like you lose your kids, you lose everything. When I really didn't, my kids were still there. They I wasn't living with them. I couldn't wrap my head around the part of not being able to live with my kids, right? So I'm going to a different house. I'm not kissing them to go to sleep. My kids were still young. My daughter was in 4th grade. So I started like really, really diving into my therapy, right? And her teaching me tools to learn how to be alone, right? Because now I'm alone. I'm not living with anybody. I'm by myself, right? So once we finally got through that shit, and I started to feel okay with it, my therapist said, all right, let's talk about your brother, not Steven, my brother that died, right? So we start talking about my brother, and I swear to God, I start remembering shit that I didn't remember when it happened, right? The way my father was, the way my mother was, the way I got shipped off every fucking weekend, like I was, like didn't exist, right? So it was like a fucking flood of fucking bad shit. I just got through, I'm just healing from bad shit. And then she wants to like dive into talk about my brother, which I thought it was just going to be us talking about my brother's like memory, I guess, in my head. I'll never forget, I called my girlfriend at the time. And I was like, my parents are fucking scumbags. And I didn't mean it to sound like that, but I had to deal with it the way I could deal with it, right? When you see somebody just acting the way, listen, he lost his son, my father, and my mother lost her son. And maybe my dad's not the type of guy to open up to people. Never seen him cry. You know what I mean? I didn't see him cry when my brother died. He didn't cry in front of me. My grandfather, his father, he didn't cry in front of me. I didn't see it. So I don't know what kind of guy this fucking guy, like in all reality, right? So I guess he handled it the way he felt he could deal with it. So to me, therapy is everything. And my mother made a comment to me because I brought this up. This is what happened. I brought this up. And I said, I didn't realize all the shit that went on when John died. I blocked it out. And therapy opened it up. My mother goes, therapy's fucking bullshit. I said, you know what, Ma? You should fucking kiss her because she saved my life. Because there was nights I was drinking a full fucking bottle of scotch by myself when I first left my ex-wife. Like, because I just wanted to fucking die, bro. I'd rather just give the kids whatever I have left because I wasn't strong enough to handle it, I guess, at the time. But therapy helped me. So that's why I asked you if you talk to somebody, because to me, that's saved my life in a lot of different ways and made me look at a lot of different things in my life with my kids, with being more understanding and open to everything that's around me. And I do everything my therapist told me to do. Like tools, I followed it and it helped.
Yeah, what you're dealing with too is sounds like a complex PTSD. Trauma as a kid. Father rough. I dealt with the same things like that too.
And I don't have a relationship with my brother anymore, really. Not like that. My brother Steven.
I'm the same. You know, when my brother died, I was like blown away about how I was the only one that went to go find out about my brother. Like, where was everybody else? Like, where was my other siblings? Like, and then at his funeral, you know, when they actually found his body 4 months later at his funeral, like who's in, like my brother's in work clothes, and I'm like, they didn't get along. It's just, families are unique and different, and you know, people's definition of family could be different for everybody.
I agree with that 100%.
Just because you have the same blood
doesn't mean you're the same person. I say that every day.
So that hits hard for me too. I'm okay with it, you know. Now, I isolate anyway.
Yeah, I hear you.
I do my own thing. Family could be fucked up.
Yeah.
But hang in there, brother, because you know I'm only one phone call away.
No, I know. And listen, I feel bad for that me and my brother don't have the relationship that we should have. I mean, we don't hate each other. I love him. He's my brother. We just don't hang out like that. And my brother's sometimes hard to deal with, you know? And you know, it just sucks. And like I tell everybody who not that people ever say anything bad about Steve, but you don't know what he went through.
Correct.
He lost his best friend and his brother, his roommate. That fucked that kid up forever. And then I was at a party this summer. Sanitation guys from 3 had a thing. And a fucking guy, Steve, tells me, not my brother Steve, this guy Steve's like, yeah, your brother used to tell me how he used to climb the fence, jump the fence at Resurrection and go sleep at your brother's grave at night. I'm like, when he was a kid? He goes, no, still. I go, what? I go, what the fuck are you talking about? Like, I don't know that because he'll never admit that to me.
Right.
I was his little brother.
Right.
You know what I mean? And we were very tight. You've seen how we were on Sanitation.
Yeah.
And then somewhere along the way, when he got divorced and the drugs and all that stuff comes into play with somebody, it takes a piece of them. And it's hard to accept it, so you navigate around it.
Yeah.
Like, I would never not be there for him.
Of course.
But it's hard to be when he's in his way. Like, when he's in his way, that's all I'm going to say. It's hard to do stuff. Because I tried to tell him, I'm like, Steve, you like to golf? I'm taking golfing lessons. And I don't mean this to be pretentious or be any certain thing. I said, Steve, I'll take you golfing. We go away golfing. I said, I got you. He's like, what do you mean? I'm like, I got you. I'll pay for everything. I'm in a position where I could do that. Let me do it for you. You're my brother.
Yeah.
And like, it's like pulling teeth to have him to want to do that. Because maybe he doesn't want to hear me say what he thinks I'm going to say to him when we're alone. Because I already begged him for stuff, and
possible, but he's going through what he's going through too. Like,
yeah, and his demons, I think, are a lot worse than mine when it comes to my brother John dying. I was 10 turning 11. Stephen was fucking 15 turning 16.
I still have to psych myself. So okay, I'll drive to the gym.
Yeah,
I'll sit in the truck for a little bit, and I'm like, okay, we're gonna do this, right? I have to. Everything I do, I have to force myself to do, but I do it. So I get it. Like your brother, he'll do something when he's ready to do it.
Yeah.
And that's it. No one can tell him different.
Yeah. I love him. I mean, you know how it is.
Of course.
But we all do that. We all, I don't want to say hide, but because we don't want to show that soft side. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm not, like, oh, we don't want to. We a lot of times the shell caves in on us instead of it opening up to say, I got this going on, I got this, I should take care of this. Like we're as men, that especially like us, like we're just hardworking guys and we're here to provide for our families. We always enclose in ourselves instead of open up to people. So that's a thing where, we have to do more of that. Like I say, just reach out anytime. I'll always pick the phone up without a doubt.
I also tend to think as men, we put too much expectations on ourselves on what we have to give to our kids. We put ourselves up in a place where we think that we need to take care of everything. Nah, man, they're growing up. They need to,
right?
They need to fucking be like, oh shit, I have to take care of this on my own at some point, right? But as a dad, you're beating yourself up over all the shit. I have to do this because I have to provide all this shit for them. It comes a time where it's got to be about you.
Your health. Yeah.
Eventually, it's got to be about
It's
you.
got to be about you.
Yeah.
You,
Eventually.
me, her. It's got to be about you. And that's the fucking truth of it. And it sounds kind of a little selfish, but it's really not. You have to take care of you. And stop
true.
worrying about everybody, Eric. This is about you. This is about you getting through all this shit. You know what I mean?
true,
And there's
and-
people. Listen, you ever want to go to the gym? Call me up, bro.
Yeah.
You come under my membership. I have a guest pass for life. I'm right by the highway. Crunch. You
Right,
just
right,
got to get off and jump back on to go home after we're
Yeah.
done.
Even the support system, like my fiance, she does everything. Like she tries so hard to help me and to understand me and she goes so far out of her way. And I'm cold. Like and she reminds me, I stonewall her.
Yeah.
You know, it's bad, and I don't do none of it intentionally. It's just something I'm still working on. Because she is my true support, like the only one that I have. And she goes a million miles a day for me. For me,
Yeah.
I'm saying, why me? Like, I'm fucking nothing, bro. You know, and I shut her out way too much, and I don't mean to. But I'm working on it.
But that's something you have to work on. And it's
Yeah.
not overnight. This shit takes time.
Yeah, that's my problem. I push everybody away. Everybody.
Well, I won't let you push me away. So
You can't push
Whether
it.
it's
I mean,
come
you can
through
try
my
to push me away.
bathroom or
I'm
something.
very heavy. You're not going to be able to push that far. I mean, you're strong,
no,
but
and that's the thing. Like a lot of, because I've said it in the past with how sanitation is, right, compared to other agencies. Because everybody always says like, oh, sanitation's nothing like firemen and the cops because blah blah blah. But it is, because we're not super close with 24 guys because you're living with them as a fireman. Right. You're living with each other nights and days, waking up next to each other. We didn't have that. Right. But I've always controlled who I want to be around. You know, and there's a group of guys that I'll call, you know, granted it's not every day, it's not every week, every month.
Right.
But there are a bunch of guys where I'm like, you know what, there's 10, 12 of them. You know, you guys are in it where I'm like, you know what, I know I can trust these guys and I know I can count on them to help me out of situations, you know. And that's the difference of, you know, what people thought of sanitation. Like, oh, you guys hate each other. No, we don't hate each other. It's just we're not as tight because we don't wake up next to each other.
You go through the same city job problems as the other ones do.
Yeah.
High divorce rate. You know, it's a very high divorce rate, you know.
Yeah.
So you're still married, you know, you're working harder than we ever did. You know. You know, it says something. You know, it says something. God bless you guys.
Yeah.
You know, it's rough. The jobs are rough. They take away from your kids and your wife and your this. You know, it wears you out.
Yeah.
You know, you guys know.
It's an extra part of the whole marriage,
Yeah.
right? That people don't understand because you're away from each other like that. Yeah, everybody could have a 9 to 5 and not, you know, see your wife 8 hours. But then you get into these days with the snow.
Yeah.
You know, people don't realize what goes on when these guys are, and that's why it fucking kills me to see the news and all this bullshit, and they're coming after the guys and the women of the job. Don't go after the people behind the trucks. It's not even that. Even those guys, they're working a lot too. Just let them fucking do their job.
let them cook.
You know, like get off the street. I can't tell you how many times I try to explain to people, it's your fault that this is happening as a fucking person of New York City.
The governor should right away say,
No,
state
Kurt.
of emergency.
I'm going to
You
get
can't be on
into
the
stuff
street.
of you shouldn't be on the street.
100%.
You know, all that stuff of, you know, on Staten Island, they had all those signs up all along Victory, all along Forest, emergency snow routes. You can't be parked here. What do? They fucking park there.
Yeah.
And then I tell people, our thing was, all right, cool. I'll never forget on Forest Avenue.
I'll hit you.
I forget what street it was across from a bar that my buddy used to own. There was a Corvette. And every day we would come in from break, lunch, we'd go sit at lunch. How high did you get it today? Because we used to plow snow into the back of this Corvette. And it
fucking
was
thing was
slowly
sitting up in the
lifting
air.
the fucking Corvette up off the ground. Those were fun things to us because you're a jerk off.
Yeah.
How many vans, minivans, Honda Accords did I have to fucking push out of snow to get up blocks because they were blocking the street. You know, this is the problem.
Yeah.
You're not invincible. Get off the street. If it's a snow emergency, stay the fuck off the street.
Yeah.
But anyway, I thank you for opening up.
Yeah, man.
And we're here for you. Anything you need, you know, anything. We're a phone call away.
No doubt.
But now Kurt's going to do his rapid fire, his normal.
We do a couple. I have a little spiel we do, all right?
Yeah.
So rapid fire, no explanation. Just shoot out what comes out of your mouth. Whatever you want to say.
Got it.
You're allowed to curse. All right, you ready?
Yeah, man.
Coffee or tea?
Neither.
Wow.
Tea.
Early mornings or late nights?
Early mornings.
Tool you can't live without?
Hammer.
Gloves or no gloves?
No gloves.
Man. If your job had a warning label, what would it say?
Fuck off.
Who complains more, coworkers or customers?
Customers.
The dream job you had as a kid, what did you want to be?
Oh, when I was a kid. Do I really have to say that?
Yeah.
When I was a kid, I wanted to work in an airport.
Okay.
That was it.
There's nothing wrong with that.
Yeah, man.
Harder job, trashman or construction worker?
Construction worker.
Okay. Tougher, summer heat or cold winters?
Cold winters.
Hell yeah. Work boots or sneakers?
Sneakers.
Something you're proud of?
Kids.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Hardworking man.
All right. You're definitely going to have that. All right. So the next thing I'm going to do real quick with you, it's a blind ranking, right? So I'm going to give you items. You don't know what order they're in. 1 is the best. 7 would be the worst. I'll just check it so we know. All right. So this is going to be about, because we're having a blizzard, it's going to be about snow operations, what sanitation workers do during the snow. All right. Pulling trucks around to be plowed and chained, the guy that used to pull the trucks around, where would you rank that? Is the best job or the worst job? 1 through 7.
So it could be a 2.
It could be 2.
Yeah, 2.
Plowing with the garbage truck. Like you're the guy in a garbage truck plowing, get your route.
Yeah, he's up there. So I'm saying like a 6.
6 is the worst.
6 is the worst, or 7 was the worst.
7's the worst.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah, They have heat though now, right? They have heat in the truck.
Maybe.
They finally gave us heat. Not the old CM.
Plowing with the
jumps.
holster. You remember a holster, the little babies?
Yeah, that's a number 1, right?
Okay. Working the forklift in the garage. You're the guy bringing the plows over to the trucks.
We'll give him a 3.
All right. Working the flow and dump on the highway.
7.
That's what I said when I was writing it.
Worst.
This is going to be the worst. So you should have put this at 7. So far, you have left. You have 4 and 5 left. Putting chains on the truck mid-shift that came in because the chains broke. So you know it's covered in snow, it's wet. Now you got to put chains on it. You're the garage guy. Plowing with the spreader. Put at 4.
Yep.
That's pretty good. I like that. Holster's definitely 1.
I've never done it.
You never did a holster?
Never.
So a holster could be good and could be bad. I don't know if you used to take it a lot. Did you take it a lot? I would take it here and there.
I need to be on the equipment to help fucking Staten Island, not
Holsters-
dance around.
Holsters
Eric,
could
you
be
know?
good.
Yeah.
You get dead
Dance
ends.
around.
I never took the holster. I took it like twice, 3 times, maybe 10.
I was
I
on
think
the
I dumped
heavy
them.
machinery.
I
I
know
was on
dump
the
them.
heavy stuff.
But the holster, you got a radio. You're doing dead ends. The only bad part of it is that they start to call you a lot. God, gets over here. Gets over here.
Well,
Gets.
the tight
Right.
streets.
Yeah, you're doing all the little blocks and all that shit. But hey, you did pretty good with that.
Yeah.
I like that. I mean, my worst would have been the chains because I fucking hated putting
I've
chains
never
on.
done flow and dump either.
You never did a flow and dump.
No. I was able to get away from that because Lango used to give me the hills.
Yeah, fuck that too.
Yeah. But
I did the hills with him.
they gave them to the guys that had the balls.
I did the hills with him. So the only way I learned the hills was because of you guys. Because other than that,
Yeah, he was one of the guys who closed his eyes. He
I
was
never
nervous.
closed my eyes, bro. But it's scary.
I had
as
guys
shit.
used to cover their eyes, Eric.
I never closed my eyes, but
Anthony
I tell
Camerano,
my
he's
kids,
out
you don't
there.
know Staten Island until you drive up in some of these fucking hills. If you're from the South Shore, you don't even know that exists.
There's some big hills.
Bro, what was the hill? You
Yeah.
would go up halfway and you'd have to stop and drop a pile of salt, then drive further up the hill and drop another pile of salt. It was a very tight-
Harvard?
Maybe it was
I think that was Harvard. It was like a Z. It went to the left, then went up, then you went to the right, then you went up over near the Park Hill.
It had the spot to turn the garbage truck around to come back down.
Over near the colleges.
Yes.
When you came down the hill from the colleges.
Exactly.
Up there. Yeah, listen, with the snow stuff, it was fun, right? I enjoyed every minute of the 12-hour shift. I was never a runner around, like hide, like none of that shit. Like everybody would be like, oh, I'll be at so-and-so, like hiding. Nah, the time went faster when I drove around.
I never took the garage. I always wanted to be in the street.
Me
Always.
neither.
Yeah.
I never took the garage.
I hated the garage until we got out to the landfill. Then it was different.
Yeah.
It was a different animal. You had 6 guys in the garage. You had 12 plows. So there wasn't that much headache going on. But when you were in a garage and you were getting that guy that you knew the guys who blew the chains off.
You know, it's funny because, even to this day, you hear that chain hitting the fender. And I know we all think of it when we hear it. And you're like, doesn't he know?
Oh, he knows. He's just
No, but you know what's going to come next.
Well, wouldn't it drive you nuts? Aren't you playing your music and your spreader?
Well, if I have to go in and there's the garage guys, I'll say on lunch, I have to change them chains myself.
But the
I don't want to
thing
get
is,
under that truck with all that muck dripping on me.
so when you used to hear the banging, you knew the chain was going to blow soon.
Yeah.
Because
Let it come off.
the whatchamacallit, the band, what the hell do you call it?
Bungee.
The bungee blew, which means it ain't holding anymore, which means the chain's going to break. So now that gives you a half hour, 20 minutes, an hour to go back to the garage. Yeah. Some guys thought they were missing something if they weren't in the garage.
Right.
Like there was nothing there to miss.
There
never
was
wanted to be
nobody
there.
ever there.
Never wanted
Dude,
to be
I was
there.
on a flow and dump. My first time ever on a flow and dump on the highway.
That's
the
the
fucking
worst.
windshield wiper flies off the fucking truck. Now what am I going to do? This is a blizzard, like what they're saying we're going to get now. So I remember calling Fasano, and I'm like, dude, what the fuck you want me to do? He's like, get to Staten Island too. Mike, I can't see anything. I was under an overpass down near the Gatos Bridge. I was under there. I'm like, Mike, I can't do nothing. So now I'm looking at it, and the other passenger side's going.
Yeah, just take the other side, put it on that
Yeah,
side.
just take the other side. Exactly. This is what they tell me. Can you get the other side off?
Well, you know what
you
they're gonna
realize
ask you.
what a flow and dump is, right? It's a
Yeah.
fucking dump
How am I
truck.
getting up there?
Climb up there.
Mind you, it's
snowing.
covered with
wet,
snow,
shit on it.
freezing cold outside. Everything's saturated. Thankfully, I'm tall and I know how to take a windshield wiper off.
Yeah,
Because
I
as
was
I was a
like,
kid, I always had
Hopefully
to
it's
do
the
it.
same size.
Well, that too
Sometimes they're
could
not,
be.
yeah.
It happened to be. So I was able, but then I had to drive back to 2 with while I was
the other
scratching
side.
the window.
The other side was scratching the window.
I get all the way there. No, we don't have one. Now I had to go all the way back to 1. But those are the things you did. But you know how many guys would have sat underneath that fucking overpass?
Yeah.
Waiting for that windshield wiper to come to them?
Yeah.
Only for me to turn around, get on the highway. It's bumper to bumper, and I can't do nothing anyway because the tractor trailer flipped over at Clove Road.
Right.
So it closed off the entire highway. So I sat there and I watched the other side. And it's what we did. We sat there and watched it, and the snow just kept piling up on the other side of the highway because I was the flow and dump who was supposed to be putting salt on it.
I've never done a flow and dump. I've never pushed snow in a collection truck with a plow on it either.
Oh, you only did spreaders?
I've only done spreaders.
Yeah, you got heat on that bitch.
Yeah.
You got no water and shit coming up through the crack in the garbage truck at the bottom.
Yeah, because I
They
knew
were
that
brutal.
like they would be you'd freeze in there. There was
Yeah.
no
First
heat.
of all, the thing was never there.
Yeah.
The trim, the weather stripping stuff.
Yeah, it was always too cold.
There was always that hole at the bottom. The air's rushing in or water's coming in.
But now they have air conditioning, heat.
Oh,
yeah.
Yeah.
It's a little big difference.
Yeah, well, the pansies would complain that it was too hot in the truck, so they got air conditioning.
Hey, don't you want
You're
to
sitting on a fucking engine.
doors open anyway while you work?
Yeah, that's what I wanted.
Even in the winter, we had the doors open.
I had
Very
the doors
rarely.
open when I plowed.
Yeah,
Easy.
but that was the job. You had good equipment and bad equipment. You missed the whole part of when they went. Everything's fucking electronic now. Where the spreader's telling you it's full or it's empty, never
Yeah.
worked. Where this and that, it would shut the fucking stuff down. To where you spoke about Roman hitting you with that black smoke from the old Z spreader, the best spreader out there. The city should go to one button. That was one fucking button. You hit that button, that thing spread like a motherfucker. It was awesome. I would love using the Z's. And then they got rid of them, and it's all digital now, and it just doesn't do the job.
And I was gone before GPS too.
You were gonna be,
thank God.
the GPS never really came into it unless you were trying to hide.
The route when they redid the routes is when it got stupid. When they redid the snow routes.
I never hid. I always did my job.
No, not even that part of hiding. It got to a point of being 4 trucks would hit the same block at different points.
Right.
But if you're doing it at different speeds, you're like, I'm not going to go down. He's going down there right now. Why should I go down? But now you don't go down. It's showing up.
It alerts them.
And it alerts them that I didn't go down that block. But even if you said, dude, the guy just went down, doesn't matter. They need green throughout your whole route. It was just a little stupid to me, I thought.
It went kooky, but that's the city for you.
Yeah,
and they're paying the price now. So, but E, thank you very much for coming out.
Thank you.
We appreciate it.
And, do you have my number?
I probably
Let's
do.
just make sure before.
Yeah, we'll do that after. Thanks,
And I want to
Kurt.
give a couple of shout outs. I want to give a couple of shout outs before we go.
All right, well, you could give you shout outs, but like I always say every show, because you do watch all the time, you know, be nice to people because you never know what they're going through.
Yes. So be nice to Kurt for once. You would just
Never. If you want to go, I wanted to say this earlier, but I just couldn't do it because I always bust Kurt's balls, and I feel like I didn't enough today.
You did
So
enough,
if you
more than
do
enough.
want to go to the gym with Kurt, you need a hand truck. So when he brings in the sodas and the thing to restock the soda machines in the gym, because that's what he goes to the gym for.
No. I drink energy drinks at the gym, not soda. But
snack bar.
anytime, I work out with you anytime, man. And I think we ran into each other at Noodle when I used to go there in the very
Probably.
beginning.
Yep.
All right, so I want to give a shout out. You probably know the kid's father. You know his father. His name is Dan DeMaya Dinkins is his name on TikTok. He's a garage foreman at BK 174-12, and his podcast is the Starting Five Podcast. He's on sanitation. You remember Daryl Dinkins?
I do.
That was his dad. His brother is also retired sanitation. And one other person I want to thank, because I promised her I'd thank her. She's our biggest fan. Claudia from Staten Island, thank you for all the support, the comments, all the likes you do on all our platforms. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you, everybody. And like, share, subscribe, and have a great day.
Do a
Good
tumble
luck with
salts
the
or
snow.
whatever. Good luck in the store. Everybody be safe.
All right, peace out,
Get
all.
off
Thanks,
the
E.
roads. Get off the roads.
Peace.
What's up? What's up? What's up? Yeah. Get a load of this.